Ahead of the storms. I was one time being arrested by a policeman. I had no driver's license. I had an old driver's license about 4 years ago. It was extinct, and no registration, no insurance, nothing. I took the vows of poverty very serious in service when I was working with Reverend Ann Wigmore's Rising Sun Christianity. So he arrested me, and he tried to take me in. I sat with him as he spent over a half an hour trying to figure out how to do this thing right. He kept calling headquarters, and I refused to buy into his reality. That was not my reality. My reality, I was going to get back in the vehicle and go home, which is where I was on my way home to. Well, within that half an hour time, eventually he just drops his pencil and board that he was trying to write the ticket and get me arrested. He says, "I don't know what the hell is going on, but I never want to see you again. Get out of here." I worked in Harlem for many years with Brother Kanye, helping the individuals to get off drugs, to get off prostitutions, to get into knowledge, to get into wisdom. Brother Kanye, one of the great Afro-American men, besides Dick Gregory and so many other heroic individuals that made such a revolution in the Afro-American movement. Well, I was in those days about the only white man there, and I never got bothered. I always walked around with a strong auric field of positivity. There were people that came into my energy field and they were going to do bad things to me. But you know, when they came in, they could feel only love and kindness and generosity. Instead of trying to knife me or rob me, it says, "What are you doing here in Harlem?" So I would tell them I'm giving lectures and workshops at Kanye's, the 125th Street. And they came to the school. We got so many prostitutes off the streets. We got so many drug addicts, so many drug traffickers off the streets, making them honorary citizens, educated, blah, blah, blah. This is your power. You need to get charged with alkalinity, which is what we're doing. Now, even Dr. Oz on Oprah's show ends up saying, "You want to be disease-free? Stay alkaline." To be alkaline, have everyday green energy soups, blended greens, raw greens, superfood greens, all that kind of stuff. That's what's going to make a big difference. We need to start becoming consistent. It's wonderful to be patronizing such a restaurant as this one, and there's in every city it's happening. It's happening in smaller and smaller cities. It's the way. Wellness Revolution, the next trillion. You might have seen that book already on the marketplace. What are they talking about? This is big. It's not a fad. It's a trend that is a permanent one. And I can tell you one thing right now. I submitted a bumper sticker that's going to be reading, "Be green or be mulched" by 2012. So who's the great mulcher? The sun. The sun flares are becoming more and more intense. You go out and purchase 11th Hour, or you go out and read, watch the Al Gore's DVDs, or watch 2012. Hey, you're going to see there's some serious heavy shift happening down the pipe. Yes, unless you shift to green, you are not going to be able to handle the intense radiation, and I mean it. This is scientists who are talking. It's no more mysticism. Scientists have become mystics. They've taken that medicine because they now become congruent. And how do you protect yourself against strong radiation? Well, guess what? You just get a copy of Survival. Go to the beginning pages over there about animals that were exposed to lethal dosages of radiation. Lethal dosages of radiation by United States Army and Canister Division, by the Navy and stuff like that. Published in Radiation Review. Totally authentic journals. As long as the animals were treated with green foods, they survived lethal dosages of radiation. You better go green daily. Those green energy soups that Dr. Oz is saying, well, Victor is saying, and Wigmore is saying it from the grave. Right now she's telling me, everyone should be drinking wheatgrass juice. Everyone should be drinking wheatgrass juice. Attaboy. And Wigmore, what a wonderful visionary lady. Well, hey, you know who would be proud of her? Would be the Essenes. Do you realize the Essenes were already writing about wheatgrass 2,000 years ago? And if you read Edgar Casey works on the Essene, big channel it. Well, Jesus was born with Essenes. Jesus also taught the way of wheatgrass. Yes, Jesus taught the way of raw Buddhism. All that stuff was kept out of the New Testaments and all the other books, which was the result of the editing that took place by Constantinople at 300 or so AD, when they held the Council of Nicaea, when all the conflicting and the fighting that went on among all the hundreds of Christian sects, which all of them were claiming to be the real thing. So they basically cleaned up and created what will be the official Bible, and then they proceeded to burn all the libraries. And we had the Dark Ages for a couple thousand years. We're still in the Dark Ages, even though we got a lot of trashy stuff happening everywhere. But hey, there are people that are being given the light, just merely by taking time to pray, taking time to be silent. Ask and it shall be given. Knock and the doors will be open. Believe, 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 and hope, and having faith. All these PowerPoints and charity, tithing, giving of yourself, and giving